So let's talk about NIO, because they've been making a lot of major moves in the NIO power business. They've been building out more and more battery swapping stations every single day, growing that part of their business exponentially, almost up to 300 battery swapping stations. In addition to this, they've been coming out with new vehicles. They have their ET7, which is continuing to get closer and closer to actually delivering to customers in early 2022. And on top of this, they just confirmed a secret project with an entirely new vehicle that had been working on behind the scenes for a while. And even with all of that good news, there's even more coming out from China with regards to regulations which could hurt Tesla even more and could promote NIO stock. And that's a lot of the reason why you've been seeing NIO stock do extremely well lately. So today's video, I thought we're going to go over just everything going on with NIO. A lot of people are saying it could reach a $1 trillion market cap. So we're going to go over 5 specific reasons why I really love NIO. After that, we're going to go over what is going on with analysts, what analysts are saying about NIO, because a lot of them have changed their mind about NIO and Tesla recently, saying how NIO could actually surpass Tesla in the Chinese market. And at the end of the video, I thought we'd talk about what is going on with this secret project that was just recently confirmed. And I think this is an absolute game changer if you haven't heard about it yet. So if you can and you like NIO, please be sure to like the video, subscribe, and if you don't already have the public.com investing app, make sure to go ahead and follow me on that. You can buy stocks, sell stocks, and see exactly what I'm buying and selling in real time, as well as a full portfolio breakdown. Think of it like an investing app combined with social media. It is completely free to follow me. Use the code Michael when you sign up, and you'll get up to $50 in a free stock. But anyways, let's just start off by talking about NIO and its path to a $1 trillion market cap. Right now, a lot of people are saying that NIO could surpass Tesla in terms of market cap. NIO could reach a $1 trillion market cap, and it's definitely possible. They have a lot of things going for them, but they have a long way to go because currently they have about an $80 or $82 billion valuation, so they need to about 10x minimum from where they are right now, putting NIO's stock price well over $550 per share. Definitely possible, but they got a lot of work to do. So the first thing is why NIO can reach a $1 trillion market cap is what I've said multiple times in the past, but essentially it's that NIO is the gas station of the future. We've talked about this multiple times on the channel, but essentially this article summarizes it perfectly, so I'll link it down below. But they explain how NIO is right now a major designer of high-tech electric vehicles in China, but not only do they design vehicles, but they have so many other patents. Right now they have over 2,700 patents that have been approved. They've filed for over 3,000 worldwide, and most of these patents are considered invention patents, which is pretty significant. So they have 1,208 invention patents. They have 984 utility model patents and 533 design patents that have all been approved in China. The important thing about these invention patents is specifically that these are considered groundbreaking, breakthrough technologies, and these are significantly different than all the other like utility model patents and design patents, which are just improving upon other designs that they may have had. They're not considered as groundbreaking technologies as these invention patents, and NIO, for most part, they have invention patents only, which means groundbreaking technology. A lot of this has to do with their battery as a service subscription model, which is what is going to be the gas station of the future, in my opinion. So right now, NIO has built out close to 300 battery swapping stations, probably even more than this by the time you're watching, just depending on when. They're trying to get up to 500 battery swapping stations by the end of 2021, and their goal is to eventually have 5,000 battery swapping stations by 2024 through their partnership with a company called Sinopec. Either way, though, they are going to be able to profit on multiple ends of this. By selling the vehicles, they're profiting. They're going to make a significant amount of money there. But not only that, they're also going to be able to make a lot of money from their battery as a service model, because that means every person who pays for a vehicle, if they sign up for this battery as a subscription service, that's going to generate $120, $150 in revenue. It's around $125 to $150 in revenue every single month for every single car that they sell. So if they sell 1,000 cars, that's $150,000 a month for NIO in terms of revenue. If they sell 1 million cars, that's $150 million in revenue every single month for the company. Obviously, that's not all profit, but still, it's a significant portion of their business. And so they're becoming the gas station and they're becoming the actual car manufacturer. So it would be the same as if Chevron or ExxonMobil, if they made their own car and also sold the gas to the car. That's what NIO is doing with the battery swapping stations. That's one of the reasons why I really like them. The second thing is with their autonomous mobility and AI technology. So right now, like we've said, they have thousands of patents that have been filed and approved in China. And the one thing I really like about this is that right now, they are really gaining a strong foothold in the autonomous mobility technology space in China and worldwide. Not only because they have a lot of patents, but also because they're able to collect a lot of data from the Chinese consumers that use their vehicles on a day-to-day basis, and because China is one of the main sources of consumer data in the entire world, and NIO is in the center of that entire space. The third thing is with government support. This is something that we continue to go back to, and it can't be understated, because right now NIO is a Chinese-based company that is based in China, does most of its business in China, and because of all those reasons, the Chinese government wants them to succeed. They're going to bail them out if anything happens. They're going to make sure that NIO, or at least some Chinese EV company, is going to be a clear winner, just like they've done with Alibaba, JD.com. Like, there are going to be a couple of major players in China, and China's not going to want Tesla or a US company to be the clear leader. If they have any control in the matter, which they do, they're going to do everything in their power to make sure a Chinese-based company is the leader in the Chinese market. That's why we have seen Alibaba do well when Amazon could have easily taken the Chinese market. That's why we've seen JD.com do well when, again, Amazon could have entered the Chinese market, but because of regulations and because of the government, they've put restrictions into place where they're going to make sure a Chinese-based company is the leader. So what we're already seeing this happen, because right now, NIO has been bailed out a couple of times already. Now, the government gave NIO about $1 billion to bail them out when they needed to scale up operations and they were struggling a couple years ago. In addition to this, government-owned manufacturer called a government-owned manufacturer has assisted NIO by providing it with manufacturing services, which has allowed NIO to scale up its operations, get more vehicles manufactured a lot faster and for a lot cheaper than most other car companies would have been able to do. And in addition to this, what the government is also doing is with simply the news in China, which has perceived Tesla as many times as being not the best or being harmful or spying on people with the cars. And the way that the Chinese government perceives Tesla is not going to be as good as the way they perceive NIO. And also, the Chinese government's just making a major push into the EV space. They've been having more and more policies put into place to try and get it so there could be 25% of all vehicles sold in China to be electric vehicles by 2025. So either way, they're really trying to push and get EVs in China to be a very prominent thing. They're trying to make EVs be, eventually 100%, but ultimately right now with the government, they're going to push for NIO because it's a Chinese-based company and China is going to want a company like NIO to be a leader instead of Tesla, especially when we're talking about the Chinese government. We see how much they control everything going on. We've seen what happened with crypto when there was trying to be a competitor to the Chinese digital yuan. They just banned crypto outright. Whenever they see a competitor, a threat to China, they're going to just ban it, get rid of it, because they can do that in China. The fourth thing going on is global expansion. And right now, NIO is poised to be a leader globally, not just in China. I've seen so many comments saying NIO's only market is in China. And you know what? First of all, I don't think that's the case. I think they do have a lot going for them with global expansion. But even if they were only in China, China is the biggest vehicle market, automotive market by far. When we look at China car sales in 2020, they sold over 20 million vehicles, passenger and commercial vehicles, and this is more than any other country in the world. And they have almost 1.4 billion people in China, 1.398 as of 2019. The US is less than a quarter of the size of China. So right now, China sells significantly more vehicles than the US. They sell more vehicles than any other country in the world. And for people who say that China is just having the Chinese market isn't great, in my opinion, that doesn't matter at all, because if NIO solely had the population of China and that was their market, it doesn't matter if they have the US, it doesn't matter if they have the UK, because China is the area of the world where they sell more cars than anywhere else. They also have a bigger population than any other country. So if you have the Chinese market and you're a Chinese-based company and you're limited there, I would say that's a great thing. You know what? You have the biggest market in the world, you have the government backing you, and you sell the most vehicles in the entire world. If you're a car company, that seems like an ideal scenario. So for people who say that NIO is going to struggle because they only are going to work in China, so be it. So be it. I get it. I get it that battery swapping stations are expensive and all that infrastructure is hard to do. But you know what? NIO can dominate China. And in my opinion, that's great. And if they can't build infrastructure and build charging stations elsewhere, well, you know what? It's not the end of the world. They can still be $1 trillion company. Either way, though, right now, that being said, though, either way, I still see them being a global leader because they are already expanding into Norway. They have, they're building a lot of local, physical and digital infrastructure to create a user-friendly ecosystem. They're starting off in Norway. They're building something called NIO House in Norway. It's going to be a physical location where NIO owners could go. They're also starting to ship out vehicles to Norway as well. So they're starting to get into the UK already. They have some buildings in the US. So they are definitely starting to expand globally. Is their battery swapping station going to work elsewhere in other countries? Potentially. We don't know. But either way, what we do know is even if that doesn't work, they could still sell their vehicles just like Tesla does in other countries. And the last thing I want to go over in terms of valuation is looking at the numbers. So right now we're looking at the numbers. NIO has such a small percentage of the total market cap of electric vehicles and total automotive sales in the world. Right now, electric vehicles still make up a small portion of total automotive sales across the globe. And this is important because right now, if NIO were to grab just 7.5% of the global EV market by 2040, they would be selling approximately 4.5 million cars a year. This is based on estimates of how many cars are going to be sold every year, according to Bloomberg and the data they've collected. So they said that if NIO were to be able to have 7.5% of the entire EV market, by 2040, they would be selling 4.5 million cars per year. Right now, Tesla has 11% of the EV market. Obviously, we're going to see Ford, GM, we're going to see Volkswagen, we're going to see so many other companies enter the EV world really heavily, and by 2040, there's going to be only electric vehicles. But the thing is NIO has an advantage because they're based in China. They already are on track to do close to 100,000 vehicles per year very, very soon. And so they have a lot going for them. In addition to this, with those vehicles selling about 4.5 million vehicles a year, that would be 4 times more than what Tesla is currently selling. And Tesla has about a $600 or $700 billion market cap. In addition to this, they're also going to have their battery as a service business, which is going to generate about $150 in profits per year per vehicle. So right now, in terms of revenue, it generates $150 in revenue every single month. But in terms of profit, and right now they generate about $150 in profit per year for each person who uses the battery as a service subscription model. That would be huge, especially considering that every single vehicle they sell is just going to add more and more onto that revenue. So if someone buys a vehicle 1 year, they're going to generate revenue that 1 year from the vehicle sold, but they're going to generate revenue from the battery as a service model for 5-10 years down the road, which I think is really, really significant. So with all that being said, I think just with the vehicle sales alone, NIO would be selling so many more vehicles than Tesla currently sells. Obviously, this is down the road, but they'd also have their battery as a service subscription model. Next up, let's talk about what's going on with analysts, because recently analysts have come out and said that NIO could surpass Tesla as China's top EV maker. According to Louis Navalier, a chief investment officer of money manager Navalier, said the Chinese electric vehicle maker could surpass Tesla. He said the reality of the situation is right now the company is on the verge of dominating the EV market in China and Hong Kong. They're backed by the government, and we all know that you don't want to go against the Chinese government. If the Chinese government wants a company to succeed, they want someone to do well, that company is going to do well. And if you had to bet money on a Chinese company dominating the Chinese EV market, or a US-based company dominating the Chinese EV market? I would bet that the Chinese-based company is going to dominate the Chinese EV market simply because of the Chinese government. So he said that. In addition to him, we saw that NIO landed a much higher price target from Citigroup, which is important because they're expecting a lot higher volume than originally anticipated. And they're not the only bank that's saying this. We're seeing a lot of other banks come out and give NIO much higher price targets as well. Analysts are really liking the direction they're going, and especially what's going on in China that's going to help promote these sales even more. And lastly, let's talk quickly about what is going on with this newest announcement from NIO, which is how they officially confirmed and unveiled Gemini, which is codename for a new premium model that they've been working on, which essentially dismisses all of the rumors that they were going to be releasing a entry-level model, a very inexpensive model. They've been talking about that recently. But so now what this is that at the opening ceremony of the NIO house in Harbin, China, NIO co-founder and president revealed Gemini as the new high-end electric vehicle, which will be released in 2022. This is different from the ET7, which will also be released in 2022. This is different than that. And according to their president, they explained how right now, NIO's contract manufacturer announced a bid for the construction of an assembly line for the project. That was what originally sparked all the speculation that they would have an entry model vehicle, but their capacity for this is going to be about 60,000 units per year of this higher end model. A lot of people are always worried in China about saving face in Chinese culture, which is essentially making sure you have, high end products so you don't look down upon by other people. And with this higher end vehicle, it's definitely going to help out with that. Right now, NIO makes 4 different models. They have the ES8, the ES6, the EC6, and the ET7. So this is going to be the 5th model. Currently, they're only selling 3 of them. The ET7 will be released in early 2022, but it looks like they're going to have another model in 2022 as well, a more expensive model. Either way, though, they're making a lot of major moves, and it's exciting to see that they're moving more into the high-end market, really differentiating themselves in terms of services they offer, with battery services, with new vehicles being offered, and with everything going on with the Chinese government. So that's what's going on with NIO, but I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know your thoughts, and if you own NIO, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.